everyone, I know y'all probably got the alert a couple minutes ago that we do have a severe thunderstorm warning issued for part of Sumner. I was just going to jump in. I'm not really going to spend much time with it because I don't believe the part that of the storm that is severe will make it into Sumner. Just based on what I'm seeing, it's just like 109 area, right below Gallatin is what is in the Sumner is in the severe thunderstorm warning. I'm gonna keep watching this, but let's see. I'm gonna go in and see if it tells me it's moving to the northwest at 5 miles per hour. So it's I really don't see it. I'm just really watching it just to see the movement because it's moving so slow. I feel like it'll die out before it gets to Sumner. I was just going to jump in and let y'all know just what's going on. I know I did say if I'll jump in if a warning is issued for Sumner. But once again, those in Portland and Westmoreland, even Gallatin, you're not in Hendersonville, in my house, you're not even in. I don't even think there's really a. Right here, right below Gallatin, is what is in the severe thunderstorm warning. And we'll see. Let me see real quick if I can do a. Don't think it's gonna let me do it. Yeah, no, it's not gonna let me do it. I'm actually going to see if I can blow up. This right here is the weather cam that we have that is right above Hendersonville. It is like right up here. I don't know if y'all can see where the little mouse is. That is right around where this weather camera is, center point. So I just kind of blew it up just a smidgen so y'all can see that kind of shelf cloud moving in. And that storm is that storm right around here. The one that just got issued with that severe thunderstorm warning. And once again, that severe thunderstorm warning that has a part of Sumner County is for hail, 3/4 inch hail, and for winds up to 60 miles per hour. And it goes until 4:45. So we got about 35 minutes left on it. And I'm going to keep the weather camera up so y'all can watch that little shelf cloud move in. Actually, let's see. I'm actually going to do our second weather cam that is right above Gallatin. And I'm going to see real quick if you could see the shelf cloud more on that. Let's see if it will. No, you can't. You can't see it on that one. So let's see. I'm going to. Yeah, you can't see it on the second part of that. So we're just. going to stop this real quick and see if I can show you just how much rain. Let's go to, I'm going to do our split screen real quick and see if it, and see right above Watertown, you can see the reds as well right here. That is where that 60-mile-per-hour wind gust is coming in. And if it moves, it'll cross over I-40, go into Lebanon. And if it continues to slowly move in, it might clip Hendersonville. We'll just see. The main reason I feel like Sumner has been having this like little dome today is the gust front. And let me do the preset real quick for y'all so I can show y'all just how heavy the rain is coming in. So this storm is doing about 1.5 inches of rain per hour right now. That's the rainfall rate. I'm going to go back here and we're going to go back to the reflectivity. And I'm going to show y'all what I was talking about, why Sumner has this like little dome over it. As I zoom out real quick. All right. I'm going to let this loop play real quick. And you'll see at the very beginning, kind of, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit because you can see kind of that line. It's very, very faint, but you see a line that kind of just pushes out. That is what we call a gust front. And it, as you can see, the temperature in Portland was like at 84, and then the gust front comes through and it drops it down to about 79. That has cooled the atmosphere just a smidgen. I know it probably doesn't really feel like it right now, but it has just enough where storms are not going to be able to form over Sumner right now. So that's why I really don't think if we do get anything, it will be this little storm. And it actually looks like it's moving a little bit more north than planned. So let's see. So I do want those in Hendersonville because right now, if it keeps turning the way it's slowly moving, it's going to hit right around Hendersonville. I do believe it will miss that big part. Will miss Gallatin. Gallatin will probably get this little part right here. And those up in White House and Portland and Westmoreland, we need to watch these little pop-ups right here. So we might actually get something. But just because how slowly it's moving, we'll see if it dies out quickly, which, because see how it's formed very quickly, and it just looks like a nasty storm. I'm going to really wish I could see it with the, let's see. I'm flipping it back and forth between both weather cams to see, but I do believe the one that looks more impressive is this one that's right above Hendersonville. There we go. I'm seeing real quick if it's still moving at 5 miles per hour. And I do see a hazard of, I'm going to look real quick and show y'all if we do have some hail, where it could be. So right now it looks like the hail core is staying just south of Lebanon and around Watertown. That could make its way up. I feel like that core, if up here does not continue to grow like as slowly it is right now, we could see maybe some sonic ice pea-sized hail. But I do believe the main threats with this is going to be that gusty winds and heavy rainfall. And once again, remember the rainfall rates were about 1.5 inches per hour. And I'm sure those in Hendersonville probably can go ahead and hear some of the thunder. All right. No, 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 no. No, I don't. I'll show y'all real quick, but no, definitely not. There's no really any tornado threat at all. More of a downburst slash microburst, which is what you can see right here, right close to Franklin and Brentwood. How it looks like there is rotation right there, but that is where it's because it's not tight. That's where the microburst or downburst is, which is basically where rainfall just comes like a big bucket, just comes down, and that can bring in winds up to 60, 70 plus. It depends on how strong the microburst is. But no, I'm showing y'all the velocity right now so y'all can see there is no really. The reason why it's all messy looking is, don't forget, the radar is right here at the office, the National Weather Service office. So the closer you kind of get to it, the messier it looks. So the only real thing is with this is 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts coming in. And I do believe we do have some damage reports coming in. I'm looking to see real quick on those. Well, I'll continue. Sure is taking its sweet time coming in Hendersonville. Just watch, it'll die out before it gets to Hendersonville, like all the other storms have. Let's see. I would not be surprised if we get a flood advisory soon with this. Let's see, are we going to go ahead and. But once again, main threat with this will be just some nasty gusty winds and heavy downpour and some serious lightning. I wish I could get my lightning count thing up and running, so I can show you like how many lightning strikes are in the little screen. Hey, it's pretty decent, especially coming into Lebanon. You can see right now the National Weather Service just issued that severe thunderstorm warning for Davidson and Wilson that cut out Hendersonville just a smidgen. But I'm going to zoom back out so y'all can see basically what's going on. ETA for Hendersonville. With it going 5, I'm going to see real quick. Don't mind me, I'm going to see real quick an update on how fast, if it's picked up the speed or anything real quick. Before I do the ETA. Right. Let's see. Two. All right. My thing is, I think it'll be done by the time of the fireworks. The bad thing is delaying. Ugh. I'm going to do the model or guidance real quick because I do believe the last one was showing that just in time for the fireworks, it should be. Let's see if it's updated anything. Remember, this is just guidance, not gospel. Because look, even okay, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, it kind of has that storm, but not. It's actually a little bit slower. And then there it is at 6, and then completely slowly dying out from 7 to 8, and then 9 o'clock. So once the sun goes down, these storms will tend to die out. The bad thing is, I would say wait to go to Freedom Fest. But the issue is, if you wait, then traffic's going to be horrendous. I do believe they've already started closing down. If I'm not mistaken, they've already started closing down. I'm getting some great photos of the shelf cloud moving in. So if y'all do get any of those pictures of the shelf cloud moving in, feel free. And you can see below where my weather camera is, you'll see it just. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make it a little bit bigger for y'all so y'all can see it. It's all the way over here. Like all the way to the left. But then I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, let me see. I'm seeing if there's any updates right now with if they're saying anything on the Freedom Fest because I haven't. I wish they would be able to do like a little app for the Freedom Fest. It would be nice. They might have. I don't know. I'm just worried about if y'all wait on this storm because how slowly it's moving. It's just, and I don't know if there would be, because I feel like by the time for fireworks, it should be gone. It's just, it's one of those things you have to gamble with. Like, are you going to want to sit in your car for a little bit while it storms, but have a decent view of the fireworks? Or, I'm trying to see real quick. Because I do know they start opening up about in about 30 minutes. If I'm correct on that, I think gates open at 5, and then there'll be music around 7:10 ish, and then fireworks are at 9, if I remember looking at it correctly. Let's see. See real quick. It looks like it's still moving about 7 bit. Okay, so it looks like Gallatin, you are just about to get this little edge coming in. I know for those in Westmoreland and Portland, you're probably wondering about you right now. Y'all are good. I'll show y'all real quick because I'm going to focus mainly on Gallatin and Hendersonville. But Portland and Westmoreland, y'all are good for right now. I'm watching these little areas right here. As soon as I said this too, I don't think I said it would not come into Sumner. Yeah, it is. So anything I say, just think of the opposite, and that's what Mother Nature's going to do. But, all right. Once again, I do have several of y'all asking about tornado threat. I promise there is no tornado threat with this. Just heavy downpour. Also, if y'all do see any like hail, and if safely, take a photo of it and like put it beside like a ruler, and you can send it my way, and then I'll send it to the National Weather Service. If you see any streets flooding, like Stop 30 Road probably will, like it always does. Um, Upper Station Camp probably will with this. I'm going to go back and look at if anything's changed with the rainfall rate. And you do see how the storm is kind of pushing out that. You remember that gust front I talked about earlier? This storm is pushing that out as well. Once again, I'm going to flip over. See, right here is where you can see small hail. See, this area right here will be moving straight into in between Hendersonville and Gallatin. And then it looks like this little storm around Hartsville is kicking up with hail as well. And I can see that coming into Bethpage area within the next 30 minutes or so. I am going to go and do the 1 hour real quick. See, it's up to 2.5 inches rainfall rate per hour. So I would not, I know they already, I don't have it showing, or actually I do have it showing the flood advisory. So I went ahead right there. But I would not be surprised if they issue one right here shortly. But all right, I'm going to go back to the radar. I'm going to just zoom in. I know you'll probably want to get a bigger picture, but I kind of want to zoom in toward Hendersonville and Gallatin, especially with all y'all headed into the Freedom Fest. And I was actually supposed to go help with that, but when storms start coming in like this, I would um, rather be on live and showing you what's going on, and then be there and not being able to go online. And that's when my 24/7 channel will be coming in handy when I get that ready to rock and roll with that. So here we go. You know how I was saying where the hail was around Hartsville? See that pink right there? I will not be surprised if any of y'all live around Hartsville and are getting hail. Let me know. I know I have several people that live around there as well. But I would not be surprised if they issue a severe thunderstorm warning for this little storm coming into Bethpage and coming in between Bethpage and Gallatin in the next 30 minutes. And we also have word in our National Weather Service chat that flooding is becoming an issue, especially right down here. Gosh, this looks. No tornado threat. Mm-mm. Absolutely none. It's mainly gusty winds, flooding issue. That's mainly what I'm concerned about. And let me see. I'm going to drop in and see if we can finally see the storm coming in from the Gallatin. Let's see. No, it's not. I mean, you can see a little bit, but not. Nothing that I'm impressed with on the Gallatin cam right now. So I'm just going to stick with the. Ooh, okay. I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to blow up the cam. I know this is taking over the radar, so forgive me. But can you see? Look to the left. Look at that nice shelf cloud coming in. Yeah, the winds have been awful. Let me zoom in right where. So, Gallatin, you are about to get slammed with this. Once again, if y'all do have any hail reports, please send them my way. If you see any flooding, please, please, please. But I would not be surprised if we get a severe thunderstorm warning that will take up most of Sumner shortly. And start. There we go. Yes. Look at that. It's one nice shelf cloud coming in. Timing wise, with this storm, it's one of those slow moving storms. So I would say in the next hour, it's, I feel like it's just going to come and dump rain for the next 30 minutes to an hour. So for those that are going to Freedom Fest, you're going to be sitting in your cars for a while. I know this is taking over the radar right now, but I'm just, look at this. Look at that shelf cloud. All right, I'm going to keep it a little bit big. That'll take over some of the radar, but not much. But look at that. That's this little, look, here's another storm that popped up right around Old Hickory. Once again, no tornado threat. Nope, no tornado threat. Just lots and lots of lightning, heavy downpours, flooding. That's what we are getting in the National Weather Service chat room, is a lot of flooding is going on, especially south of Nashville. So I would not be surprised if we do have some ponding on roads. But it does look like our Sumner County dome is about to. I'm just amazed looking at this. This little, this shelf cloud, it is nice. So I'm trying to move it around so y'all can really see this. It's going to take over that. There we go. Y'all can just watch that shelf cloud come in. There is no word right now if they're going to extend the severe thunderstorm warning into Sumner. Well, the rest of Sumner. I would not be surprised. But we shall see. And I'm going to switch over and do the winds real quick. Show you quick. Look at this. We are looking at 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and this will be swinging right into in between Gallatin and Hendersonville. So 49 mile per hour, 50, 54, 51, 53. And then Hartsville has about 35. So there we go. Gallatin's looking at 26, 27. I think I just saw 29 somewhere. 26, 20, 27. But I would not be surprised if it is, if the gust is going up around 30. I'm going to do the split screen for you guys so y'all can see. Let me make. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Yep. There it is. All right. So let me do this. And y'all are going to see two screens for just a little bit because I want to show y'all where the winds, and it actually looks like the winds are going down just a smidgen, but then they're intensifying right around Hartsville. No tornado threat. The main reason I'm doing velocity to show y'all the winds is to show y'all where the 50-mile-per-hour wind gust 60. And I'm going to see real quick. I'm going to continue and let that go. But you'll see this little thing that the National Weather Service sends out. So it is picks up to 35 mile per hour to the northwest, and then the hazards are 60 mile per hour wind gusts and penny sized hail. So once again, if y'all do see hail or flooding, please let me know so I can send it to the office. So once again, to the left screen, you're seeing the velocity, and it's tons of reds and greens. That's just winds. And that's where it'll show y'all where the 50 mile per hour wind gust is, the 60, 70, etc. And to the right, you'll see the reflectivity, which is where all the heavy rains are. And you can see where that gust front right there. I'm going to be watching that because that can form some new storms. And it looks like it's starting to form some storms right around, I believe that is around Cottontown, yes. I was just about to say that's around Cottontown where some storms are starting to pop up, and that will end up going into Portland and White House within the next 5 to 10 minutes. All right. So Gallatin, is right on your doorstep. And you should be getting about 30 mile per hour wind gusts coming in right now. Hendersonville, half of you is in the warning, half of you is not. All right. No. There is no watch out there. It's just a warning. And the difference between a watch and a warning is a severe thunderstorm watch is a huge area. That's what you saw yesterday. Is we had a severe thunderstorm watch. And a watch can last for hours. And it basically just means the atmosphere is primed for a severe thunderstorm. And then a warning means action, like it's happening. So that's what you're seeing right now. These little yellow polygons is a warning. So it's a severe thunderstorm warning. And that's because a severe thunderstorm is happening right now. So that's Crystal, that's what you were getting, is a little thing saying there's a warning. And I'm actually going to do a weather 101 or weather workshop in the next, I need to post about it, but I'm going to be doing it probably at the end of July. That will explain the difference between a watch and a warning and how to read the radar. So, no. Yes, DOS. Yes, watches. We're having ingredients for tacos. Yes. You're making me hungry. It's almost dinner time for me. But no, y'all are good. I honestly think the fireworks will, because I think it was a couple of years ago when Long Hollow Church did the fireworks, or they set them, or they didn't do it, but that was where the big Freedom Fest was. I want to say it was about 2 or 3 years ago, maybe even 4 years ago, and there was a storm, and they still did the fireworks even with lightning. It was actually pretty cool because I saw several pictures. There was like the firework, and then there was lightning right behind it. So it was pretty cool. So I bet they will still do the fireworks. The issue is, are y'all wanting to stay in this rain? And see, the good news is it's moving faster. I'm going to go back to just one screen at this time, but I'll bounce around so y'all can see. But zoom in. I promise I don't mean to make y'all dizzy zooming in and out and changing things, but since it's moving, it was moving about 5 miles per hour. Now it's moving at 35. I'm going to actually zoom out and show y'all like the whole picture. This is everything that's going on in Middle Tennessee right now. We were kind of left out until just now. So Sumner County is kind of late to the party. Once this is done, which give or take 45 minutes to an hour, see, and of course we'll have to watch these little storms popping back up around Cookeville. But once the sun goes down, these storms will. That's the reason why it's pop up. Summertime pop up is because the heating in the atmosphere. So earlier I showed a radar and it was like everybody else was getting storms but us. So they always say the best person to arrive at the party is the last one, right? Or am I just making that up? All right. Let's see. I'm actually going to do a. It's like I can definitely hear the rumbles of thunder right now. So right around Bethpage, south of Bethpage, north of Gallatin, that is the area I would be concerned with getting hail. And I don't see anything right now coming across on the National Weather Service Slack or anything showing hail. So that's a good thing. The thing I'm going to be worried about is really flooding, but thank goodness it's moving quicker than it was before. So let me. And it's moving at a kind of a. It's really turning. It's actually kind of interesting because when storms do come in Middle Tennessee, they always, about 95% of the time, they're either coming from like Kentucky down into Sumner, or they're coming from like Jackson, Tennessee, and moving west to east. So, and they went ahead and issued a flood advisory for Wilson County, which is right where I was talking about earlier, all this big area. And I do believe that part weakened just a smidgen, and now it's like around Hartsville is getting the intensity. So, right now it's going to be 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts, which I feel like we were having about 20 just earlier today without a storm, anyways. So, Hendersonville, you should start seeing some sprinkles now. The heaviness will be probably in the next 5 minutes. So, no, 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 no. Nope. This is just one of those thunderstorms that just like to annoy you, get everything wet, flood a little bit, and basically have a lightning show. So, there, once again, there is no tornado threat. I promise. Now, yeah, east to west storms are not normal. The only time you really see that is really around summertime pop ups like this, where it just twists. And also, if a tropical storm or hurricane come up from the Gulf, that's another. Let's see. I do have some people saying there is power out in Gallatin, so I'm gonna look up real quick while the radar continues. I'm actually going to real quick. I'm going to zoom in. I'm sorry, Westmoreland and Portland. I'm not forgetting about you, I promise. It's one of those where if I'm not talking about you, you're good. You don't have to worry. Okay. And I'm gonna make our little weather camera a little bit smaller. And for those that want to get alerts for like even if you travel out of Sumner County, go to like Florida or something like that, there's an app called Weather Call. Well, it's not really an app. It's a service that calls you, texts you. I say you've probably seen it on my with my logo. I'm partners with them on that. It is $15 a year, but every time a warning, severe thunderstorm warning, tornado warning, flood warning, yada yada, it sends you a text. If there's lightning within 10 miles of you, it sends you a text as well. And it also gives you a call, and it's actually a recording from me that says, "This is meteorologist Mackenzie Lowe, blah, blah, blah." A severe thunderstorm warning. It's like, I gotta work on my radio voice, I feel like. Let me see. Okay. Someone's shooting fireworks in the middle of this. Please give me a video of that, Doss. Please. I would love to see that. That's, oh my goodness. Uh, So it looks like it's Gallatin Electric. That's mainly that is out because when I pull up right now, it only says 33 out for Sumner County because it doesn't include Gallatin Electric, which I'm surprised this website does not. It has everything else. And it only has 33 customers out, and that's Tri County. But I do believe it is. Oh, Audible. Okay. Darn. Shoot, too bad it's not at nighttime where you can have fireworks and lightning at the same time. Well, all right. Not getting any reports so far. I know it just kind of started. So I can definitely hear the rain coming into Hendersonville right now. But once again, I want to repeat we do not have a tornado threat at all. It's non existent. Mainly just heavy downpours. I'll probably sound like a broken record for those that are have been listening for the past 30 minutes. But there is no tornado threat, I promise. And you'll probably notice on my social medias the where it shows a warning for all the counties. I have added a couple other counties besides Sumner. I know it probably is annoying, but I like to kind of tell y'all what's coming. So I especially added like Robertson and Davison, and then Wilson. I can't remember if I added Wilson or not, but Trisdale and Macon County, like everything that borders Sumner, I put on the alert just as a heads up. I might go in and fix that if it clogs up too much with my social media accounts. But no, this is from what I'm showing. I'm gonna keep my eyes on the storms popping up around Cookville, but I feel like it's just going to be this round because the atmosphere is going to be worked over because of this storm. So I do think this will be the only one, but I'm going to watch these little storms to see. This will tell us if the atmosphere is worked over. But because it's kind of popping up right where it's not fully where that storm is, what will really tell us if the atmosphere is worked over is if it survives right around Carthage, Watertown. If it continues to build up that little storm, then the atmosphere still has a little juice to it. So that's another thing I'll be working on. But the guidance says that I looked at say everything completely dies out about 7 to 8. And it feels so much later. I keep thinking it's around 6 o'clock, but it's not. And I do know Freedom Fest is just about to open its gates. So if you all are there, send me some pictures. I would love to see how fun it is. I was actually supposed to be there, but y'all come first, and that's why I'm doing this live stream. So while y'all can go have fun, I'll talk about weather. But, all right, we do have a flood advisory that I don't know if you'll see a little behind the scenes on this thing. So let me see if it will let me. Don't mind. I know y'all probably saw that tornado warning. Remember, this is all of the United States. So it's not just. Nope, it doesn't have the advisory. There we go. I try to clean it up so it doesn't look like a lot of polygons and confuse everybody. So I don't even have watches on there. So let me see. It's not going to pop up yet. But there is a flood advisory for Davison, Sumner, Williamson, and Wilson. So I bet you it'll be all right here, which is so. Let's go back. Oh, Freedom Fest is the 4th of July fireworks show that Hendersonville does every. Actually, if I remember correctly, did they not do it last year or was it the year before? There was one year they did not do it, and I can't remember. But it's basically like a 4th of July like festival that is at oh my goodness, Drake's Creek. Or did I just totally butcher that? Um, it's basically where you have food trucks, face painting. I do believe my friend Danielle Breezy is going to be there today. So, but it's food trucks, it is music, like a concert, which I believe the concert's at like 7 p.m. and then the fireworks show's at 9. So it's basically just a 4th of July cookout with all your Hendersonville friends. And I do believe Gallatin's is tomorrow. And we might have some pop up storms tomorrow as well. No concerns for tornadoes. No, no, Morgan. And it really isn't normal. Like for summertime, it is kind of normal for it to come from the east like this, like southeast. And as I said earlier, with tropical storms, when they come up from the Gulf as well, that is the only time it's really normal. But most of the time, it's always coming from the west. So I know I said like 95% of the time storms come. I might drop it down to like 90% because summertime pop ups like to do something like this. Where it just, actually, summertime pop ups just move any direction really. One scan it'll say it's going south, the next scan it'll say going east, and then totally switch on you. So, all right. I'm going to let the radar, I'm going to actually zoom a little bit more and show our friends up in Portland and Westmoreland. And I'm going to zoom in. I know I kind of like showing y'all the bigger picture, but I'm going to go in and see. And for those that are commenting on post and all, I'm sorry if I'm not answering y'all. When I go live, I technically, that's why y'all see those posts that show like all the advisories, all the warnings. That's an automatic system, and it'll just post all that so I can focus on just doing live streams for y'all. But I honestly think they'll still do the fireworks in Freedom Fest in Hendersonville. Yep. They just showed a picture um, at Hendersonville's Freedom Fest in the Slack, the National Weather Service. But I'm going to show y'all real quick because y'all can see where the actually heaviest of the rain is right around Bethpage area right here. But I'm going to show y'all real quick where the gusty winds are. So I'm going to go back to the velocity. I'm going to, honestly, I'm not impressed. But remember, the radar is right over here where the National Weather Service office is. So the closer you are, that's the bad thing about living in Hendersonville, is being close to that radar because it's always messy around there. But once again, they are continuing the severe thunderstorm warning for us, and it goes until 5:30. So we have about 25 minutes left in this warning. But I'm not seeing anything really sticking out. I do feel like it has lost its strength. Tiffany, I don't have a update on the timeline for tonight's show, but I do believe the gates just opened up about 5 minutes ago. So all the food trucks are open now. I do believe there is a concert at 7 p.m. and then the fireworks are at 9. So, and I do believe that is all still. I don't know. I haven't heard if there's any like few minutes give or take on it. I'm guessing, but I'm not. I haven't seen anything that says they have delayed anything yet. Let's see. I'm looking to see if there has been anything. I'm getting a lot of. Okay. Apparently, Gallatin police just put out a post saying They're responding to several power outages and traffic hazards throughout the city. So, if you all are traveling around out and around Gallatin, please, please, please be careful. Let's see. I'm looking to see if there's anything. Okay, so Cumberland Electric said they are aware of 1,600 members without power throughout Gallatin right now. So, seeing if there's anything else. All right, sorry, I was looking. I probably should have kept doing the radar for y'all. Sorry, I was looking at the winds. I'm not impressed with the winds. So, honestly, I'm gonna stop the radar real quick. See how the colors kind of die out, and then they remember the reds on this reflectivity shows where the heaviest of the rainfall is, and the heaviest is right around Bethpage area. I bet around a little bit of Bethpage. See that little pink area right there? We could be seeing some small hail with that. Once again, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning until 5:30. So we have about 21 minutes, a little bit less than 21 minutes left on it. And for those that are talking about the fireworks in Hendersonville, I don't have an update on that. It's still on. So I'm going to actually zoom back out because I do know a couple people were asking, is this it? You can see the lightning count. Just watch how the lightning count really ticked up around Lebanon, and then it slowly died out as soon as it hit Sumner. So that's another sign of the storm weakening. But I'm really watching this area around Smithville. I'll be coming into the same areas to see if it stays south of us. Right now, the movement of it looks like it's going to take the same path of the middle of this storm. So, and then you got these little storms popping up in Sweetwater, Athens, coming into Crossville and Cookeville. But remember, as the sun goes down, these storms will tend to, the heating of the atmosphere will go down as the sun goes down. So, all right, I'm going to zoom back in for all y'all, especially because I know some of y'all are already at the Freedom Fest. Given it, all right, I'll zoom into those in the Freedom Fest right now. All right, so here you are, Freedom Fest. All right. So right now I am focusing on where the Freedom Fest, the fireworks show in Hendersonville. All right. Right here. So y'all just got through. Remember, the reds are the heaviest of the rain. So y'all are just on the edge of the heaviest of the rain so far. And then you'll probably the next 2 to 5 minutes is when it'll lighten up just a smidgen. Westmoreland. Let's see. Let's look at the movement real quick. Westmoreland, I give it about 5 to 10 minutes before you get some. You won't get much Westmoreland, you'll get a little bit. Bethpage, you're getting the heaviest of it right now. Portland, sorry to single you out, but right now you're just hanging in there. White House, you got some, but it's right on your front doorstep. Yes, the winds are way ahead of this storm, which you can see in this little loop I did where the greens and yellows kind of go ahead of the storm. That's the gust front. That is actually where I showed y'all the shelf cloud earlier. That's where that was coming in. So that's all the way out past Portland. So those in Portland, Mitchellville, Cross Plains are definitely probably right under the shelf cloud as well. If I go quiet a little bit, I promise I'm not leaving y'all. I am just looking to see if there's any. Remember, it's just me, myself, and I. So I'm multitasking here, just looking at the National Weather Service chat, seeing if there's anything worth mentioning. Um, which nothing so far. I'm looking to see if there's any reports coming in from all social media accounts. And also another way, if y'all do have see any hail or flooding or have cool pictures, y'all can now go onto my website, which is SumnerSevereWx.net, and there is a little tab that says report. And you can fill out a little form and send me y'all's photos. I know it's probably easier just to drop it on a post on Facebook or X or Bluesky. Okay. Looking to see. Now I do apologize if I can't or don't see any of those questions. I try to get to all of them, so I do apologize. If I say something about 20 times, I always tend to say something that much because of new people coming in and out. So, right. That's the thing with these summer, like a ton of people are like, "Are we sure about the fireworks being?" Is they can pop up at any time, and they can pop up very quickly, die very quickly, or some of them can be like the ones in Nashville and Franklin area and Brentwood area, Coal Springs area as well. Um, that just train storms that train over each other. It's like one storm after another, and they are moving so slow. And that's where flooding becomes an issue because there is a flash flood warning for Nashville right now. The issue with those that probably have waited to go to the fireworks show tonight will be the traffic. I'm just worried about y'all with that because we all know some people don't know how to drive in rain, much less drive on a good sunny day. All right. I'm looking to see if there's any tree. Also, you have like trees down or trees on houses or structure damage or anything like that. Feel free to send them my way because I'll send them to the National Weather Service. Alright. Trying to comment or trying to answer some of the questions that are coming on comments. This is when I wish I had more than two hands where I can answer all. So we have about 13 more minutes left of this severe thunderstorm warning. I don't think, I do think we might get another severe thunderstorm warning, but it'll be up. They'll give it a couple more scans to see if it continues to increase around Bethpage and Westmoreland. I don't see anywhere else that they could issue a severe thunderstorm warning. They might drop it down to a special weather statement, which, for those that don't know, a special weather statement is kind of like level one and like advisory statements, warnings, systems. It's like a mini severe, not really mini severe thunderstorm warning, maybe like a baby storm. And then if the storm increases in wind speeds or even hail size, that's when it gets upgraded to severe thunderstorm warning. And then if there's rotation that are very close, which I'm not saying there is right now, I'm just explaining how severe weather statements come, severe thunderstorm warnings come, and then tornado warnings. There's no, I promise there is no issue or threat of tornadoes. So I want y'all to hear that. So don't freak out when I say tornado warning. It's not going to happen. But if a severe thunderstorm warning rotates and it goes like a several like scans, so you get a scan every 2 to 3 minutes is how long it takes for the radar to do a complete 360 scan. And that's why sometimes with like small spin up tornadoes, National Weather Service misses because it's within those times where this radar doesn't scan. It is in the works. Who know? I don't know how long. It's probably 10 years out. Who knows? That the radar scans will be less and less and less. That's the goal. But going back to warning systems, you have that special weather statement, and then if it continues to increase in wind speed and hail size, it goes to severe thunderstorm warning. If it starts rotating and a funnel cloud is seen, it goes to a tornado warning. That's just the steps. And there's some storms that jump that. So I do believe they are going to let the severe thunderstorm warning expire and issue a special weather statement, which is what I was just talking about. Yes, thank you, Cheryl, for. I knew the gates open at 5, but I knew the concerts and all were at 7, and fireworks were at. And there is actually a pretty large special weather statement. See the little peach color polygon? That is the special weather statement. And I am going to see real quick. It is for wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour, and it does not look like there is a hazard for hail. So, as I said before, the storm looked like it was kind of dying out just a smidgen. So, I'll have to look real quick and see. I'm actually going to look and see how much rain has fallen real quick. I don't think much because it did move quicker than it was before. So let me go under 1 hour. Let's do a storm total. There we go. So it looks like, I think I just saw an inch. There's an inch in 1500s, just southwest of Bethpage. Let's see, southeast. Excuse me, southeast at Bethpage, southeast of Gallatin, 1 inch to 1/8. Let's see, Hendersonville just half an inch. There's just a little bit more than half an inch so far. So you can see down here where Franklin, Brentwood, and Nashville are under flash flood warnings for right now as well. All right, I'm going to go back to the regular. And once the severe thunderstorm warning gets canceled / expires, I'm just going to let the radar loop. I'll let the music play, let the radar go, because I am watching this little cluster of storms around Smithville, Carthage, and Cookville area as well. So, and I know a lot of y'all are probably are headed to the Freedom Fest, so you can just carry your little personal meteorologist and radar loop in your pocket and just watch. So, all right, I'm gonna continue. Now, do you think Danielle Breezy will be there as well, my friend? So, but once again, the wind speeds have really dropped to about 40. So, I think Gallatin and Hendersonville, from what I saw, I think the highest was about 45 to 50 is what I was getting. All right. Let's see. Thank you to all y'all that are sending photos of the clouds and everything. I sure love looking at that. And if there's any other questions y'all have, feel free to drop it in and I'll answer them. Let's see. Yeah, I saw where they were just saying everything's a go at 7 and then fireworks off at 9 so far. Let's see. I know Goodlettsville is going on as well. In the backyard bash, that's at Memorial Park as well. That's going on. That's from 5 to 9, as well as the Hendersonville Freedom Fest, which is 5 to 9:30, and then Goodlettsville as well as 4 to 10 p.m., which I know right now it is almost 5:30. And Gallatin's is tomorrow. Gallatin has the ceremony, I believe, at 9 a.m. and goes to noon. And in the parade, I believe, that goes right around Gallatin High School. I believe that is, oh goodness, If I get this wrong, I apologize. I believe it starts at 10:30 and goes to 2 p.m. But I have to double check on that, and I'll post an update and all. And oh goodness, I'm trying to think if Portland's is today as well. No, Portland's is next week. I think, if I remember correctly. July 11th. Wonder why it's a week later. Huh. All right. I'm going to see if there's anything updated from the National Weather Service. But once again, we have about 2 more minutes left on this warning. And then I'm just going to, I know we still have most of us in the special weather statement, but Hendersonville, you are not in it. Hendersonville, give the rain another, I'm going to zoom back out so y'all can see the bigger picture. Hendersonville, the heaviest of the rain should be out within the next couple minutes, 5 minutes max. Then you'll have some slight rain with lightning for the next 10 to 15. And then I do believe all down here. I say it's going to go one direction, but it'll change probably later. But I do think if you're in your car for Freedom Fest, give it another 10 to 15 minutes. And then I'm still watching this, keep the radar up so we can see what these little storms do. But I'm going to do a whole big, show y'all the whole big picture real quick. And right now it looks like Sumner County has 603 customers out, but that does not count Gallatin Electric, and it does not, and it does not count Cumberland as well, because their numbers are not showing. But I do know they had about 1,600 out last time I saw. So we have about 2,500 customers without power right now. So, all right. So the severe thunderstorm warning has been allowed to expire. If there's any other questions y'all want to shoot at me right now, go right ahead. If not, then I'm just going to let the music play. I know I started doing the music, and I kind of tried to get it like a mix of kind of a spa music that will probably put you to sleep, or kind of like a Weather Channel 90s vibe, what the old Weather Channel used to do. That kind of jazzy. I have like a big mix of different music that will play. Let me know what y'all think about that too. So, if everybody is good, I am going to go get me something to eat while the radar loop continues. And then I'll keep watching, especially around the Smithville, Cokeville area, to see if those storms will come into our area. But the heaviness of the rain, I do believe, for Lindsay, are you talking about Hendersonville, Gallatin area? Because it depends on which city you're talking about. Because Hendersonville, you should be good. You'll have kind of sprinkles of rain for the next few minutes for a while. It's just nothing too bad. Gallatin, you should be good about another 5 to 10 minutes. Portland, give it about 15 to 20 minutes. Westmoreland, about 5 to 10 minutes. White House, give it about 10 minutes ish. And then, no, Lindsay, you're good. I just wanted to make sure that I gave you like your exact. So, White House, I'm going to zoom in real quick. You got the not the heaviest of the rain, but pretty decent rain going on right now. Give it, I'm gonna say 5 to 10 minutes, but then you'll get kind of sprinkled out. And then these little storms right here, I want to see the path that they're taking, and it does look like the atmosphere still has some juice in it because it's still intensifying with each. So we'll see. I'm going to get my thoughts with the National Weather Service on that as well to see if that will reach Hendersonville. And if it does, it'll probably be in the next 45 minutes to an hour ish. So, all right. If there's nothing else, I'm going to let the music play, radar loop continue. I'll jump in once again if a warning is issued. All right, don't forget if y'all do see any flooding, tree damage, structure damage, or hail, feel free to send it to me. Even those great cloud photos as well. I love seeing all those. And if you are out and about during fireworks, please send me some photos of y'all having fun out there. I know it's going to be a little wet, but please send me some photos. I might, for those that are not going, I might see if I can live stream our weather cam to see if y'all can see it from there. But we might not be able to, especially our Hendersonville one. I think we should. The Gallatin cam, we might see a little bit, but like make small. But all right, well, I'll be back on if we have another severe thunderstorm warning. If not, the radar will probably continue throughout the next hour, hour and a half, maybe longer. Depends on it. I just want to be in y'all's little pocket and while y'all are out and about. So, all right, I'll be back if needed.